Take it from a millennial. Don't let the tech stress you out and keep you from emailing your people. Well, hey there, my name's Emily Myrick from the blog marriedmyrick.com, and every Wednesday I upload a new video on attainable homemaking for busy working women. So if you're new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. So if you watched this video on why you need an email list, then you probably know now is the time to connect with your people through their inboxes. Now, I know I'm a young millennial and technology comes easy to me, but email service providers can be as easy to use or as complicated as you make it. There are tons of tutorials on YouTube on how to use MailChimp or Flowdesk, but I am going to just go over some really simple things that you need to just know how to do to get started and email your list today. Let's get it all set up. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that you need to be able to email your subscribers in a blast email kind of way is either is an email service provider. Now, I recommend either Flowdesk or MailChimp, and I actually use both for different portions of my life. Okay, so for my blog, marriedmyrick.com, I use the email service provider Flowdesk. I absolutely love Flowdesk. It is only $38 a month. However, I have a special discount, so if you want that code, just leave a comment below, I'll give it to you, that you can get it for half off, which is just $19 a month for an unlimited amount of subscribers. Guys, this is huge because a lot of email service providers will charge you an increasingly amount every single month for the number of subscribers that you have. So if you are trying to build your email list, like if you're a blogger or doing e-commerce or have a brick and mortar store, you're going to want to go with something that will allow you to grow your email list without penalizing you, and that's Flowdesk. Now, I also use MailChimp for my career job at BFG Supply. I sell horticultural supplies. I basically tell people I help farmers grow flowers, and it is such a fun job. I love it. Now, with that job, I have a much smaller customer list of somewhere around 150 customers and prospects that I'm constantly reaching out to. And so I don't necessarily need to go with Flowdesk for that email list. Now, the thing that I love about MailChimp, and actually why I started my blog email out with MailChimp too, is because it is free for up to 2,000 subscribers. So if you have a smaller list, then you might want to either start with MailChimp, or maybe it will just always be enough for you, like it will be for my BFG job. Okay, so you need to start off, have somebody to email to besides just your mom, okay? So how do you get customers onto your email list? Well, first off, if you have some kind of a customer management relations system, I just use a simple Excel spreadsheet for my BFG job. You can actually import that into MailChimp, and all of your contacts, or Flowdesk, and all of your contacts will be uploaded into that form. Now, the only thing is you need to make sure that you have permission to email all of these people that you are uploading by law, and as long as you've had the permission and you've been emailing them, you can go ahead and import them into MailChimp. So all of my customers, I send them regular weekly or bi-weekly emails on just promotions and other things through just my regular email, and so I was able to just upload those right into MailChimp. Now, if you are like a blogger, or you do e-commerce, or even a brick and mortar store, things get a little bit more complicated. Just because you have an email does not necessarily mean you can just upload it right into Flowdesk or MailChimp. Now, the good news is you can create an opt-in form. So this is basically just them putting in their name and email to consent to receiving emails from you either on your website or on a landing page. To get people to opt in can be a little bit tricky, okay? Because not everybody is just going to sign up for, another newsletter, because people's inboxes are really full. So you want to communicate to your people that you are providing extra value. Like I talked about in my last video, you want to make sure that you're not just sending them spammy promotions all the time, and that you're not just caring about yourself this whole time, but that you are actually serving your customers, and that you are communicating to them that you deeply care about them and their success. So you want to be able to communicate that on your opt-in form. And the best way to do this, I think, is to have some kind of a lead magnet, is what the technical term is. All that really means is something enticing to get their attention and to give them to fork over their email so that you can connect with them. Now, for my blog, I use things like mini ebooks or different challenges, or even just PDFs to have people sign up to receive those and get onto my email list. You can do something like that where it's some kind of a download, or even a coupon code is a great way to get people to sign up for your email list. Okay, the next thing that you need to know is how to create your templates for your emails. Okay, if you are trying to design an email from scratch every single time you email your people, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. That's way too much time. You don't need to do that. Now, Flowdesk has a lot of really beautiful email templates that I have used in the past to design emails for my welcome series or different promotional workflows, and even my just regular newsletter. However, I do try to keep things a little bit simpler because you don't want to end up in the promotions tab. More about that later. But basically, you just need to set up something that's really easy for your frequent emails that you can just be able to change every month or week whenever you email them and resend to them. So basically, when I'm in my email service provider, whether it be Flowdesk or MailChimp, I am just going to duplicate an old campaign or an old newsletter and reformat it. Now, you can also rename your campaigns so that you can keep track of, what campaign that is, whether it be by week or by topic or by month, and then just change up what's in the email to be relevant to that specific newsletter. Now, the thing is, for Flowdesk, you have a lot more leeway to be creative with how your emails look. But in MailChimp, you can still add a header for your email or a footer for your email with a picture of yourself or the name of your newsletter, whatever you're calling it, and include your brand colors in your email. So I recommend sticking to 3 or 4 brand colors and keeping it consistent in all of your emails. You want to just make sure that your brand colors are consistent, and you can plug those colors into Canva and create a beautiful header for your email. And I've also, at the end of my BFG emails, created a footer with it's just a picture of myself and a little bio about me, so that people are really resonating with who I am, who is emailing them, who is caring about them so much to send them all this great information and value. Okay, one other kind of feature that I use in both MailChimp and in Flowdesk is the schedule and the testing feature. So the testing feature is you just need to send a test of your email to a Gmail account that belongs to you, so that you can log in and make sure that it goes to the primary tab and not just the promotions tab. Now, for my Flowdesk emails, I do send promotions for my blog, and sometimes they end up in promotions, and there's nothing I can really do about that. But for my normal, everyday newsletters, if they're ending up in the promotions tab, I'm doing something wrong. I want to make sure that the language that I'm using is not overly salesy, is not spammy in any kind of way, because you definitely don't want to end up in the spam or junk filter where email dreams go to die. So send a quick test, especially if it's a really important email, to see if it goes to your primary tab or not. And then you can make adjustments from there and look at what your wording is, look at your subject line. You don't want your subject line to be super spammy and have like 10,000 exclamation points. It's going to end up in the junk drawer, okay? Okay, the other feature that I love that is available in both MailChimp and Flowdesk is the schedule feature. Because the thing is, you want to be able to send your emails at a very consistent pace. So for my Married Myrick emails, I send them every Wednesday morning. And for my Emily's Vine BFG greenhouse emails, sorry, this is kind of confusing, but for those emails, I send them every first Wednesday of the month at 6 a.m. So it's very consistent, it's very predictable for my people. And here's the thing, you don't want to be writing your email at 5 a.m. and like hitting send at 6 a.m. so that everybody gets it, you know, right when you send it. You want to be able to write these emails ahead of time. So my process for this is I have an Evernote, in Evernote, I have a folder with Vine, Emily's Vine email topics, and I will do all of the different topics in there. I'll kind of lay out a format, and then when I'm ready to write my email, I will just take that format and plug it right into one of my old templates. I just duplicate an email that I sent the month before, and then I change it all up and make it relevant to what I'm trying to send them that month. The thing is, I keep talking about being relevant. In my industry, the greenhouse industry, I don't want to tell people in May that they need to learn how to clean their heaters because one, they're not using them. Two, they're way too busy to care about cleaning their heaters. Like, it's not relevant to what's going on at that current moment. So if you have somewhat of a seasonal business, think about what's relevant to people in the current season that they're in right now. The frequency of your emails does not matter quite as much as the consistency. So if you decide to send monthly emails, that's fine, but just be consistent. If you want to send weekly emails, that's also fine, but be consistent. If you miss a week or two, if you're doing weekly emails, that's probably okay because not everybody's going to see every email you have anyway, but it's really important to try to stick to a consistent schedule so that your people know that you're dependable. Okay guys, once you have that email scheduled, then you're kind of good to go. And then in the last email that I had, I went over some tips on how to assess that your emails are actually being successful. So make sure that you look into those tips and implement them going forward to make sure that your emails are being actually valuable to your customers and that they are using them well. Never forget that you are emailing a very specific person on the end of this. Okay, so make sure that you really tailor it to that you're talking to one person. You're not just like, hey guys, hey everyone. No, you're saying hey, and then insert their name if you can. You know, if you have their email name, if you have their name, get their first name into your contact list. It's great to add a merge tag and put their name somewhere in the email. It will look a little bit funny when you're in the email formatting it, but then when it sends, it will actually have their first name. Or I know too in Flowdesk, if you don't have a first name for somebody, you can do like a backup option. So if they don't have a first name, then you can say friend, girl, dude, I don't know, whatever you call your people. But you just want to make sure that it is personal. Okay guys, that's all for today. If you have any questions about setting up lead magnets or anything else, just leave it in the comments below and I will get back to you on it, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.